What's good, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to dive into my Roth IRA or my retirement account. I'm also going to go into what a Roth IRA is, why it's so important to start a Roth IRA young, and finally, what stocks I'm personally holding in my retirement account. I'm going to have timestamps down in the description below for those of you that already know what a Roth IRA is so that you can skip to what I'm holding in my account. Real quick though, before this video starts, I just want to introduce myself real quick to any new viewers or subscribers. My name is Hugo. I'm currently 18 years old and I've been studying finances since I was about 13 or so. And the purpose of this channel is to document my journey to financial freedom and to share any gems I learned along the way for you guys, the viewers. And so with that quickly out of the way, I just wanted to say thank you to you guys watching now for supporting everything I do on this channel and for being a part of my journey thus far. I appreciate all of you. Subscribe to the channel so you guys don't miss out on any videos that I make. I do upload weekly, and like the video. It really does help out the channel and it lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content that I'm putting out for you. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. A Roth IRA is a retirement account that works just like a regular brokerage account. It just has a couple of key differences. Number one, any money you put into the account is taxed on the front end as soon as you put money into the account. Number two, any gains made on the account are completely tax-free with one condition. You can't take them out until you're over the age of 59 and a half. If you do, you'll be charged a penalty fee and you'll be taxed again. You can, however, take out as much money as you want that you've already contributed into the account before. And this money is tax-free because it's already been taxed when you first put it into the account. This should, in my opinion, be used as a last resort, but it is an option. And finally, number three, you can only contribute $6,000 max of your own money every single year, unless you're over the age of 50, which then gives you the ability to contribute $7,000 a year instead of the regular $6,000. So that's a Roth IRA in a quick nutshell. It's a retirement account that works just like a regular brokerage account. The distinguishing factor being that you can't take out any profits until you're over the age of 59 and a half. Now, the Roth IRA does go deeper, but these are the fundamentals that you guys need to know for now. If you would like me to go deeper in another video, I'll be glad to. So just leave a comment down below and I'll get to it. So moving forward in today's video, why you need to start a Roth IRA whilst you're young. I have 3 reasons in today's video. Reason number 1 to starting your Roth IRA whilst you're young is taxes. Most young investors aren't really in a high tax bracket, so they aren't taxed like crazy just yet, which in turn gives them an advantage. Since you're taxed on the front end of a Roth IRA and you aren't earning enough to be put into a higher tax bracket just yet, your money is taxed at a much lower rate compared to somebody that's in their 20s, 30s, or even 40s. You would essentially be saving money on taxes. Reason number 2 is to have your retirement set up now rather than later. The longer you wait to set up your retirement account, the more ferociously you're gonna have to contribute into the account to be able to retire in the future. There was an older gentleman that I met back when I worked in construction that simply could not afford to retire. He had been late to set up his retirement account, which in turn made him need to fund it quicker due to his age. And on top of that, he had outstanding debt that he still needed to pay off. It's unfortunate, but these situations do happen. As a matter of fact, Forbes did a study back in 2019 that showed 42% of Americans aged 18 to 29 had absolutely no retirement savings. And even worse, 26% of Americans aged 30 to 44 had zero in retirement savings as well. That's insane. And for myself personally, coming from a Mexican background, something like retirement is kind of just swept under the rug. It's not really talked about. All we've really ever known is hard work. And sometimes you need to lead the way so that everybody else can see the plan. And so last but not least, when you start investing for retirement young, you have more time to let your money compound and grow tax-free. This is seriously so powerful, you guys. Don't underestimate this. When you look back in history, quality investments in the stock market tend to grow exponentially over time. And when you're young, all you really have is tons of time. Imagine giving your money decades to not only grow, but grow tax-free as well. A smart investor diversifies your streams of income. Let's hypothetically say you did well in life and you diversified your streams of income and you didn't really need your Roth IRA for retirement anymore. You now have the option to pass it down to the next generation. That's powerful. Your family now has a leg up on everybody else, which makes it much easier for them to in turn generate even more wealth for the family. I want you guys to think long term, 10, 20, or even 30 years down the line. That's how empires are really built. And now for the third part in today's video, my personal Roth IRA. So I opened up my Roth IRA a couple of weeks after opening up my first stock portfolio. And I've contributed about $1,000 since that point. So as you guys can see, my Roth IRA is worth around $804. I have about $5.12 in dividends, and I've lost on paper, I guess you could say, $148. So I currently have about 5 holdings in the portfolio, as you guys can see, with another one on the way. 2 of my holdings are stocks and 3 of which are ETFs. So the very first stock that I hold on my portfolio is Main Street Capital. Now, Main Street Capital is an investment firm that lends money to small to medium-sized companies. Now, Main Street Capital actually primarily deals with secured debt investments, which means Main Street Capital is protected from defaults because the majority of their loans are backed by assets. A vast majority of their loans are long-term, and on top of that, they pay a monthly dividend. And what I really like is that they have a great management structure as well, which is why they're one of my favorite companies. So, Main Street Capital has actually paid me $1.29 since I actually invested into the company. Next up, my next stock holding, Realty Income Corporation. Now, I've actually talked about these guys in past videos before. Realty Income Corporation has over 6,400 companies in long-term net lease agreements. To keep it pretty simple for you guys, most of the rental contracts are super long-term, and their tenants pay a portion of taxes and building maintenance as well. Their tenants do this whilst also paying rent to Realty Income Corporation. They're also a monthly paying dividend company with great management structure. And as you guys can tell, they're one of my favorites as well. And Realty Income Corporation has actually paid me about $1.06 since I actually first bought them. So now onto my ETFs. And for those newer to the investment world, an ETF stands for an exchange traded fund. You guys can think of it as a basket of companies. So my very first ETF is ticker symbol VOO, or VOO. VOO tracks the S&P 500, or the 500 biggest publicly traded companies on the stock market. When you think of the S&P 500, you can think about your Apples and your Microsofts. VOO also pays a dividend as well. So ticker symbol VOO has paid me 67 cents since I first got the company. Next up, SPHD. SPHD tracks the 50 best companies in the S&P 500 that have been the least volatile and provided the highest dividend yields as well. And SPHD has actually paid me $1.06 since I first bought the company. And last but not least, ticker symbol VYM. VYM looks for the largest, highest dividend paying companies in the market. VYM actually has over 350 holdings, so it's pretty safe to say it's diversified. And so VYM has actually paid me $1.04 since I first bought the index. And so those are my current Roth IRA holdings. Of course, I'm gonna add more holdings into the future, but as of right now, these are the holdings that I have. And like I mentioned earlier, I do have a holding pending. I do hope you guys found today's video helpful and educational, and leave a like, and let me know in the comments if you guys actually have your own Roth IRA or not. And subscribe to the channel if you guys enjoyed the content. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video.